What about someone who's in a halfway house and they're looking to get their own spot? What's the steps they need to take to make that happen?
Arizona's great. We have a lot of housing programs. The Housing First program. I would say most importantly, what I did with my personal situation, because I have a criminal background, couldn't get housing, right? So now I'm a homeowner providing housing for other individuals with criminal backgrounds, which is huge. So advocate for yourself. Go and talk to apartment complexes, individual homeowners, and then find out. Because at the end of the day, they're going to tell you no, because they don't know why, right? So if you go and educate them, talk to them a little bit, and don't just go in trying to convince them. Go in there and to hear them, right? And to find out what their concern is and address that concern and explain how you're going to be different and how you're going to be the step above. I've advocated for individuals, so it's usually 1-year leases. I've gone into apartment complex and said, hey, how about I vouch for this guy? He's been with me for so many months. If we could do a 3-month lease, and if he does well in 3 months, you can extend it to a 6-month lease. And we've actually done that with quite a few apartment complexes here in Tucson.
That's great. What about credit checks? Because I know that when we were looking for a house for one of my friends, he had a really bad credit score. We ended up doing a video on how to raise your credit, but how big of an issue is having a low credit when trying to find an apartment?
Your credit score can even affect you in your employment at this point, right? So credit's huge. I'd say one of the first, if you had some pointers on it, just the first thing is find out what you owe. Make some kind of payment plan. Start working on your credit. Because even if it's $5 to every debt creditor you owe, right? Start that process. So then that way when it comes up, you can address it and say, yes, I understand that credit is an issue. Here's what I've done to make it right. Same with your criminal background. Don't knock it. Here's what happened. Here's what I lost. Here's what I learned. And here's where I'm at today. You know what I mean? So as long as you cover those bases, whether it's housing, employment, credit, then that way it shows that you've addressed the issue, that you learned from it, and what you're doing to consciously make it better in the future.